In this video, I'm going to talk on something very important that you will want to hear if you're a small to medium-sized YouTube creator right now. If you don't apply for what I'm about to speak about, you will have your money for YouTube monetization stopped or a percentage of this held. If you don't apply for this before the 31st of December 2024. Right now, at the time of me creating this video, it's the 5th of November 2024. So there's not a lot of time. There has been some information issued about this, and you may have missed some of the notifications that you are receiving inside of your Google AdSense account, which is where you receive your YouTube money. But you may have missed this information, so I'm giving you this information again and giving you some more context so that you know what you need to do right now. You need to apply for a tax treaty if it's applicable to your location and you are a creator outside of the US. If you're a US medium to small size creator, you will still need to issue some information into your Google AdSense account so that they pay you the right amount of money. If you're outside of the US, you will definitely have to add this information to your Google AdSense account right now, otherwise your money will be stopped or a percentage of it held before you are paid. This is because of tax. In the Q4 quarter, right now, YouTube and Google need to make sure they're paying you the right amount of money. And this is being put into place so to ensure that you are getting the right amount of money. You need to apply through your Google AdSense account. But there are a few issues that I'm going to speak on right now to help you overcome those issues if you run into them, because this is going to be very relevant to you right now. One of those things is, for me as a UK creator who's lived in the UK all of his life, there is some information, some additional certificates that I needed to get and is still on the way to me right now before the 31st of December in order to have my forms complete. So when you're going through your Google AdSense account, you'll be given some ticks and crosses that you need to apply in order to make sure that you have the right amount of tax. And this information is correct in your account so that you can be paid. You can go through some of this information and you can actually confer with a finance professional if you want to on what all these terms mean. There are many forms that you can apply for, and there's different tax brackets and stuff that you can have a look at. When you're going through that information and you've managed to get to the part where it's about your tax treaty, so you need to prove that you are the citizen from where you're from. So for me, I needed to prove that I was from the UK and making sure that the tax treaty is applicable to me. And when I'm doing that, there is another form that I needed to get to prove that I'm a citizen of the UK. So although it's been approved that I am applicable to getting a tax treaty, basically what the tax treaty means is, in short form, you are not getting taxed twice, you're getting taxed once. So I'm not getting taxed in the US and then getting taxed in the UK for the money that I receive from YouTube. I'm only going to get taxed on my income in the UK. That's what the tax treaty does. So if you're a UK creator right now, this is something you will definitely need to do if you've gone through the same steps that I have. And if not, you most likely probably will have to do the exact same thing anyway. So when going through all of these forms, I've got to the end where I need to prove that I'm a UK citizen. Here's where it got a little bit tricky. And this is where you are going to have this problem if you are not applying for this right now, if you're facing the same problem. Give me a second because my nose is itching. So the problem is, when proving I'm a UK citizen, identification that you would usually use to prove that you are a UK citizen was not applicable. I'm talking passport and full passport with the scanning chip inside. That was not applicable to prove that I was a UK citizen. Already there's a huge problem there. There are letters that I then try to provide, and I'm talking tax letters. I had a UTR letter from HMRC. HMRC is the tax authority here in the UK. Those are who you go for your tax. Because I previously ran some businesses, I had those forms that I could then try to apply to my account to prove that I'm a UK tax citizen. Those UTR, unique tax reference forms, were also not accepted. The only form or certificate that I could use to prove that I am a tax resident here in the UK so that I can get that tax treaty and make sure that my money is still flowing from my YouTube AdSense account from YouTube is a tax residency certificate. When applying for the tax residency certificate, you will need to give the information based on that form. So you will need to let them know what the income is, where the income's coming from, how much it is, why you need to apply for the certificate in the first place. All of this needs to be done. Here's the difficult part that you might run into if your YouTube AdSense money is important to what you are doing on YouTube or to your personal expenditure. Of course, with your personal expenditure, this might be paying the rent, paying for food, paying for necessities that you need to continue either running yourself or running your YouTube channel as a medium or small YouTube creator. It eats into your usual expenditure if you are doing YouTube in the way that I am. So when doing that, you also need to make sure that your money is not stopped. That form can take up to 25 days for it to arrive. And then you apply. When you're applying through your Google AdSense account, it's being approved and disapproved quite quickly, so that isn't the issue. But the fact that the form could take up to 25 days is where you're going to have an issue, because you only have until December the 31st to enter this information into your Google AdSense account. Which means if there are a lot of creators who have not seen these notifications, not seen these emails, not seen this information, this is going to be a huge dent in your plans of your YouTube channel and what you are doing with your YouTube or your life, because that money is going to be inherently either stopped or a portion of it held for US tax that is not applicable to you. Also, I'd like to say to you guys as well, if you are a small creator and let's say you're not earning quite a lot of money anyway, you don't have to worry about the tax, because it's not going to be enough for you to pay any tax in the first place. Your national insurance, you will not be paying on a small wage. There is nothing for you to pay in tax, because your expenditure is going to be either break even or your profit is not going to be large enough for you to pay the national insurance tax that you would pay before you start paying any bigger tax brackets anyway. So all of that per year I'm talking about as well. So I've entered all of the payments that I have received from YouTube for the year. This is not enough to pay national insurance or anything. So it doesn't cover that. So when this happens, or if it happens to you, you might have your money stopped for no reason, because you might be waiting for that tax certificate to come through the post or however you're going to receive it. And you might be sitting there waiting and thinking, why is my money stopped from YouTube, which is paying into my channel or paying into your personal expenditure. Personal expenditure are things that you would pay for personally. So you're talking about your food, your rent, your electric, your gas, your water, all of those sort of things. This is like running a business. A self-assessment form here in the UK is how you can self-assess if you are going to need to pay tax. So what you would do is you would fill out all of your expenditure, how much you're paying, how much you are getting paid, and then you would work out a calculation, and they will tell you at HMRC, no, you don't need to pay any tax because you don't get paid enough, or this is how much you need to pay for the entire year. That's basically what that is. The tax year works slightly different. So for some reason in the US, it's December the 31st. I think that's just a date that the chosen before they get into January. I don't know if it works differently in the US, but our tax year here in the UK is slightly different. It's at the beginning of the year, it's like a couple of months. So that's how our tax year works over here. Whereas it seems to be here in the UK, they work on the quarters. So we're in fourth quarter, ending fourth quarter right now, going into a new year. So that's maybe the reason why you need to refresh this right now. I'm not going to speculate though, but I'm definitely going to give you the information that you might need as a small to medium-sized creator. Those larger creators might not be hurt as much because they have accountants, they have people running their businesses for them, they have different streams of revenue. So they might be working on Twitch, TikTok, or elsewhere. So they can always bounce back on that and wait a while they're sorting out YouTube AdSense money anyway. So as a small or medium-sized creator, this is going to be more harmful for you if you don't solve this before that cutoff day. So this is the reason why I wanted to get on camera right now and talk to you about this issue that you might need to solve, because I believe that there's not enough information out there for people who are building their YouTube channels as a small creator or medium-sized working class creator, either trying to stay sustainable at those levels or trying to grow even further and build out their communities and do a lot more with their YouTube channels. Of course, you can diversify your money, but when you're getting started and you're just getting that momentum, you might not yet have the opportunity to do so. So you can start off diversifying your money and revenue, but that can be quite difficult. If you've managed to get some momentum on YouTube, you know how it goes already because you are that person right now. You might not even be getting paid yet on YouTube. This could be something that you're going to monetize with right now. This is going to be very important. So yeah, I just thought I'd cover this information and be as clear as I can be when I'm sharing this information for you, because it's extremely important for smaller creators. As a creator here myself who's just reached 100,000 subscribers, I also want to provide make sure I'm continuing to provide the value that you need. So this video will be available on the channel. You can always come back to it if you're unsure about certain things with your tax of your channel and why things are being stopped. This could be the main reason. But yeah. Right now on the screen, I'm going to put a video that YouTube says is the best for you. So I have over 6,000 videos. The best for you video is the one that's being selected right here. But there's a lot, or maybe here, actually. There's a lot more where this came from. Thank you for watching this Anthony Allen YouTube video. There's more where this came from. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.